Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another Slow Flow. I'm so grateful to be here with you, and this class is just going to be juicy and nourishing and perfect for those days or those times in your life when you're feeling a little bit low or burnt out or struggling really. Something that has really helped me along kind of my journey of, I guess, well-being, mental well-being, emotional well-being, especially when I'm feeling low, is what is the smallest step that I can take in the right direction. Even when I feel like I have no energy or no desire or no worthiness of showing up, what is the smallest thing that I can do to help me right now? And maybe for you that this is your class, just showing up for a short time to nourish your body and your breath and that connection inwards. Maybe it's brushing your teeth, maybe it's making the bed, but those little small steps, they help us to be able to love ourselves in whatever experience that we're having. We're going to get started in a child's pose today, or an option to come onto your side. So child's pose, most of us know, hips sent over the heels, maybe the arms forward or maybe the arms back. Or if you wanted to come down to your side, almost like a fetal position, you can come down. You could bring your hands underneath your head. Maybe you curl your knees up towards the chest. And just try and connect with the breath here. Can you let the whole of the body, both the physical body but also the mental and emotional bodies, just drop in here. Drop into whatever experience that you're having. And when we turn up for our practice of yoga, it does not expect us to arrive in a certain way. Physically, mentally, emotionally, the practice of yoga serves us all. And so just notice what you might be experiencing at the moment. Almost like you're a third party, like you're looking down on yourself at the moment and just noticing. And you have no judgment, no attachment to anything that does arrive. Not trying to change anything. Just letting yourself be here in the moment. And then those small little steps that we can take to help ourselves. I want you to think about an airplane, and this is something that one of my teachers said to me when I was feeling very low. And she said that if you're flying an airplane, if you make a turn 1 degree to the right or 1 degree to the left, you're not going to notice that much in the moment. But it is only maybe an hour into the flight where there's been a big difference from where you could have been and where you are. And so when we turn that into our actions, those small steps, although they may not feel like much in the moment, they can help land us in a place where we feel maybe a little bit more safe, or a little bit more aware, or a little bit more in touch with our inner self. Let's take about 5 more deep breaths here. And softening the eyebrows and the eyelids and the jaw. Feeling our life force, our prana, stimulate, expand as we connect with our breath. And if you're down on your side, we're going to slowly press ourselves up. Bring your hands towards the ground. We're going to tuck onto our toes, but take the feet slightly wider. Walk yourself back. So we're sitting kind of in a malasana squat. Now the heels may be off the ground. It is very likely that they will be. Bring the hands towards the ground for a moment. Breathe in as you lift the hips up. You can wander your feet out a little bit more if you need. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, drop the hips back into our malasana. Breathing in to lift, tucking the chin in, lengthening the legs. Exhale to drop. 2 more times like this. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Let's stay in our malasana. You could take a little shift from side to side, or maybe forward and back. And the hands might stay on the ground. You might bring your hands through heart center and bring the thumbs towards your heart space. You feel the knees pressing out with the elbows. And see with the thumbs, if you slow down, see if you can tap into the beat of your heart. And it is this beautiful part of ourselves that keeps us going, not only in a physical sense, the heart being one of the most important organs in our body, but also on an energetic level. Our heart being a place that we can both experience pain and pleasure, love and loss. And it is that which creates us and makes us human. When we remove the labels of good or bad, an experience being good or bad, it means that no matter what experience that we're having, it is just that. A painful experience could be worthwhile in the end. We can learn from it. Doesn't necessarily make it bad. A pleasurable experience may not necessarily be labeled as good either in the long run. So just letting our experience be as it is. Bring the hands towards the ground. I know that was a long hold in our squat. It's such a great way to ground ourselves. Walk the hands forward, come into a tabletop position, and then just shift the hips from side to side. And then as you breathe in, can you drop the belly down, lift the eye gaze into your cow, shoulders pull back. As you exhale, round the other way, pull the shoulder blades apart in your cat, eye gaze in between the toes. 2 more breaths, inhaling, exhaling. 1 more breath. Find your way back through center. We're going to try step the right foot in between our hands, maybe a little bit more forward. Shuffle the left knee back. Now you can absolutely stay with the hands on the ground, or use your next breath in, sweep the arms wide and then high. Press the palms together, and then as you exhale, draw the thumbs down the space of the third eye, the nose, and then down to the heart. 2 more times, inhaling to lift. Feeling all that energy draw up towards the hands, and then as you exhale, pull that energy down towards your heart center. Soften the hips. 1 more, breathe in. Exhale. Hands towards the ground. Shift your hips back for a moment. Lift up the toes. Adho Hanumanasana. Soften the right knee. Walk yourself back forward. Take your right foot towards the outside of the mat. Keep with the hands on the ground, or maybe you press the right hand into the inside of the right leg to help open the right knee towards the side. Inside of the right arch might peel off. Can you turn your heart space towards the right, softening the shoulders away from the ears? And feeling the opening through maybe the adductors, maybe the glutes, the hip rotators, maybe the hip flexor on the left side. And then when you're ready, come back through center. Place the right hand down, send the right knee back. Let's try the other side. Step the left foot in between the hands. Might walk that right knee back. You could stay down, or use your next breath in, sweep the arms out wide and then high. Maybe lift the eye gaze towards the palms, and then as you exhale, feel that draw in, ground down towards the earth. It's there to support you. 2 more breaths. Hands come to the ground. Shift your left toes back as you push the hips back. Maybe a little shift from side to side with the hips, lengthening the back of the legs and the hamstring. And start to shift yourself forward again. Walk the left foot to the outside of the mat. You could stay with your hands down, or press the left hand on the inside of the left leg as you open the knee towards the side. Inside arch of the foot might peel off. You might try a little eye gaze shift, so take your drishti behind you. One more deep breath in. Exhaling to come back. Plant the left hand down, send the left knee back. We're going to continue to open the heart by sending both of our hands forward, keeping our hips over our knees, taking a deep breath in, exhaling, dropping the heart space down towards the ground. What would it feel like to completely melt those walls around our heart? Letting go of fear. And just being in that pure sense of love. And sometimes it might be really hard to tap into, or for us to understand. But just trust that it is there. And the more that we can turn up in our life, maybe that's on the mat, maybe that's off the mat, the more we can break down those walls and unveil the truth that there is love, there's abundance of love there for us, ourselves, the people around us, and the environment, and all the things that we care about. One more deep breath in. Exhale, maybe draw the heart space down. Option to lift the eye gaze. Let's take one more breath here. And then walking yourself back. Bringing the hands towards the ground. Finding our cat pose here again. Tucking the chin in. Can you press away from the ground a little bit more? And then slowly starting to cross over the feet. Come onto your sit bones. We're going to find our Baddha Konasana. Take the soles of the feet together. Knees come out wide. Hands might come around the outsides of the ankles. Can you pull on the hands to try to lift the chest up high? Feel the knees drop down towards the earth. And then as you exhale, pull on the hands to draw the heart space towards the toes. And then pressing the knees down into the legs. And you can think about kind of using your hands as a way to try and open your feet like a book. And just like how you read a book, you don't read too much about the past, or we don't think too much about the future. We're really present in those words on the page right in front of us. And so just like you, can you be present here in the story of you and your experience? And if you do notice the mind floating away to the past or the future, try and encourage yourself to come back. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, maybe drawing forward a little bit more. And then start to unwind. Cross over the legs. Find yourself in an easy pose. Sukhasana. Tall spine. We'll finish with a couple of twists. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn towards the left. The right hand might come around the outside of the left leg. Maybe the palm faces away. Maybe the palm turns towards you. Maybe even close down the eyes. One more deep breath in here. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Come back through center. And swap it out to the other side. Breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, twist to the other side. Right fingertips might come behind you. Soften the left shoulder away from the ears. One more breath. And then coming back. We'll finish our practice in a seat. Closing down the eyes, or at least resting the eye gaze on something that's still. And I want you to imagine someone that you look up to, someone that you have a lot of love for. And maybe that's a parental figure, maybe it's another kind of leader within your life. Maybe it's a version of yourself, whether that be an older version of you or a younger version of you. And a lot of time in my personal work, we went through a lot of inner child work, and I found that the inner child actually held so much wisdom. And another exercise that we tried was imagining ourselves as an old person. And can you listen to them for a moment? Notice how they're talking to you. Notice the feeling of your heart being in their space. And can you listen to the words? What are they trying to tell you here? What advice can they offer to whatever experience you're having at the moment? Maybe that's a piece of wisdom, maybe it's comfort, maybe it's a way of being. And then just once they have shared with you, can you offer them a feeling or a gesture of love? Maybe that's a hug, maybe that's a word of thanks, maybe that's just being with each other. Just know that you have supporters in your life. That we have that abundance of love once we unveil the grasps around it. And going back out into the rest of the day, what is one thing that you can take with you? Maybe it was this meditation, something that arrived from that. Maybe it's doing one small thing for yourself or for someone else. I think being of service to other people can help us find purpose and that love. Let's bring our hands through our heart center. Maybe just pressing the hands together in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra, or maybe we press down onto the heart. Taking a deep breath in. And then maybe exhaling, dropping the heart space down. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I hope that you feel perhaps a little bit more connected to yourself. And yeah, I hope that you feel really good now, or at least aware of your experience. And from me to you, namaste. Let me know how you found this class down in the comments, and I would love to hear from you.